everybody, it's Anya, the adult doll and toy collector. Welcome back to the small plastic world. Today I've got yet another thrifted cleanup of a doll from the 1970s. Here is Colonel Steve Austin, otherwise known as the $6 Million Man from the TV show way back then. Here's what he looked like when I thrifted him, and here he is. This poor doll has been through it. He is missing his right hand, and he is missing both of his feet. I don't know what happened there. Maybe Bigfoot and Maskatron managed to team up and do him in. He's also missing his plastic Bionic chips that would be here and on his legs. But I did clean him up as best that I could, and I redressed him. This doll has a lot of points of articulation. He can move his head back and forth. His left arm comes out to the side and it goes back and forth, and he has an elbow joint and his wrists rotate a little bit. This arm doesn't come out as far because there's a special feature. He's got this kind of a lever on his back, and when you push the lever, it's supposed to make his arm raise up, like he's lifting something very heavy with his bionic arm. But this is broken on this doll, so it doesn't work anymore, but that's fine. And of course he's got an elbow joint, and then I imagine this wrist would have turned the same way as the other hand also. He does have a twist waist, and his legs bend at the hip, but they don't come out to the side, and his knees bend. And I am not sure, I assume his feet would have rotated, but I'm not sure if they would also have pivoted. So if you have this doll, or if you had him as a kid or something, or you just happen to know, please do comment and let me know. I'm curious. And one other bionic feature that this doll has, you can see he doesn't have a typical painted eye here. That's because this is his bionic eye. So on the doll, you can see through the back of his head here and look out his bionic eye, and it does kind of magnify things. It's a little bit like having a really tiny magnifying glass or something. So it's kind of a fun, play feature. Other than that, he has a painted blue eye, and I think he does look like Lee Majors, who starred as Colonel Steve Austin here. What do you think? And the doll has painted brown hair. There's some paint rubs, but I'm not good enough with doll restoration to fix those, at least not at the moment, so I will let them be for now. It's fine. I did redress him. I had to put him in this Ken tank top. He can kind of wear Ken shirts, but his shoulders are much wider than Ken dolls, including Ken dolls from the 70s from his same time period. So the shirts don't want to fit very well. So this style of kind of a tank top with no sleeves works perfectly. And also it works with this lever because, as you can see, I can't close the top fully because of it. So you would have to maybe, design something where it closed a little differently, or there was a hole or something like that. So maybe I'll try to sew something like that in the future, but for now this works. And then I just went into my Soldiers of the World type military doll stash for pants because he's also wider across the hip than Ken, but these pants fit well, so it works out. And poor Steve has no feet, so I don't need to worry about shoes. So I did not have this doll growing up, but I did have Jamie Summers, the Bionic Woman, but it's just nice to have him in the collection, and mainly because I rescued him because he's in such a poor condition. I can't imagine anyone else would have picked him up from that thrift shop. So I'm glad he has a nice home here in the small plastic world. And frankly, because he has no feet, it occurred to me that I have this wheelchair, which I believe was from the Share a Smile Becky doll. Unfortunately, I don't have the doll, but I did get the wheelchair from a collector who was downsizing. And I've had, various dolls sitting in it now and again, just, based on my display. And I didn't think that he would fit in this chair because he's so, wide across the hip. I thought this might be a little too narrow because it's built for like a Barbie doll from like the 1990s. But it turns out I was wrong, and he does fit in the chair. So that's great. He can use it, at least for now. Maybe someday I'll get, replacement legs or feet or fix it. I don't know. Maybe someone will 3D print them, and I have no idea. But for now, he can use this really neat chair. This chair is really nicely detailed. It's got the large wheels, and they have sort of this holographic foil, and then they've got the smaller wheels, and the wheels do turn and they pivot, and there's one solid plastic, footrest here for the doll. Got two nice arm rests, and then there's handles on the back too. So here they are, reunited. Jamie Summers, the Bionic Woman, and Colonel Steve Austin, the $6 million Bionic Man. They are a great addition to my 70s doll shelf. So thank you so much for joining me to check out this thrifted doll cleanup of Colonel Steve Austin. If you liked the video, please give it a like. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you very much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.